Hi guys, welcome to BEFE'S Space. Today I'm preparing Gobe, aka Red. This is the legendary beans and garri combo or beans and fried plantain combo that has fed students, workers, hustlers and food lovers across Ghana. But instead of just walking you through the steps of preparing this delicacy, I want to tell you a story. A story you probably haven't heard before. A story about Ghana's breakfast war of the 1960s, when a simple morning meal sparked debates, protests, and even political drama. As you watch me prepare this yummy dish, sit back and enjoy the surprising piece of Ghanaian history. Let's take a trip back to Ghana in the early 1960s. The country was young, freshly independent, full of pride, and under the strong leadership of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. But things weren't always rosy. There were shortages, rationing, and lots of political tension. You might be asking, what does this have to do with food? Well, this is the beginning of what some people call the breakfast war. In 1961, Ghana faced a big economic challenge. The price of cocoa, which was Ghana's main exports, fell sharply. The government immediately responded with austerity measures, thereby limiting food imports and promoting local alternatives, which meant goodbye to cornflakes, goodbye to imported butter, and hello to local innovations. These local innovations included foods like roasted plantain and beans, tuozafe, and even the special gobe that we are preparing today. Suddenly, Ghanaians were being encouraged or sometimes forced to switch to fully local meals. And guess what? Of course, not everyone was happy, especially the elites and the students. In universities, students who were used to certain foreign breakfasts called their new breakfast prison food. These foods were mostly made of garri, beans, and sometimes even just soaked garri. But some students embraced it, gave it nicknames like Red Reloaded, and even made jingles with it. Others organized mock protests with chants like, "We want eggs, not garri." Can you imagine Gobe being part of a campus revolution? But here is the twist. Over time, Gobe became a dish that Ghanaians are so proud of. It was cheap, filling, easy to make, and most importantly, it became a symbol of survival, hustle, and the show of Ghanaian creativity when it comes to food. Fast forward to today, Gobe is no longer student punishment food. It's a national treasure. From the roadside sellers in Osu to food joints in Tamale, everywhere there is a twist to this meal. So next time someone says Gobe is a simple dish, tell them it has history. It fed the revolution, it sparked debate, and it stayed with us through the toughest times. Now let's talk about how this delicacy is being prepared. All the ingredients you would need are beans, which is the star of this dish, palm oil, salt, seasoning to taste, pepper, plantain, and garri for garnishing. Now for those that wanted to taste like Dave on the street, you will add sugar. But I did not add sugar to mine because I didn't want to. That's the advantage of preparing it yourself, because you can regulate what you want and what you don't want. So first thing first is to ensure you boil your beans to be very tender. And in order to achieve this, I do soak my beans overnight. After selecting the beans, I soak it overnight. This ensures that the beans takes a shorter time to get soft the next day whilst I'm boiling it. Another secret to ensuring that your beans get tender very fast is not adding salt from the beginning. You ensure that the beans get soft and very tender first before adding salt. If you want a thicker consistency of this recipe, you mash your beans after it gets soft. So I'm using my spatula to try to mash these beans a little. And do not forget that when the beans gets cold, it gets thicker, so bear that in mind. We will proceed to frying our palm oil. To get the best of taste, you should use zomi palm oil, but not to worry, if you do not have zomi palm oil, you can always flavor any palm oil you have. In order to flavor your palm oil, you would add sliced onion, or let's say diced onion. You would add salt, you would add seasoning, and you can add pepper if you want pepper. I love pepper, so you can see that I'm going to add a lot of pepper. If you want your palm oil to be well flavored, I would advise more of onion. After infusing all of this flavor into your palm oil, you will set it aside, and we are going to be transferring this palm oil into your beans. Bear in mind that your beans is already ready, well tendered. You've added salt after it's been tender. So transferring the oil into your beans, some people would just prefer to transfer it that way and start eating, but I think I prefer, after transferring the oil into the beans, I still want to heat it up a little, let it set, like let it come together. So it all depends on your preference. Do you prefer to cook the beans again after transferring your palm oil, or serve with the palm oil on top of the beans? After transferring my palm oil into the beans, at a point I had to send it inside to cook very well because my charcoal was going down and it was not doing the work for me. It did not have enough coal enough to cook the beans as I wanted, and I did not want to add more charcoal because if I do, it will be a waste, and that's because we are almost done with this food. This particular delicacy is a very simple delicacy, but trust me when I say it's very yummy. Ensure to taste your beans for more salt if needed. Just ensure you do that, and fry your plantain, and your food is ready. Your gobe, your red is ready. Now when this food is being served, it's being served with fried plantain and gari. Not gari soaking, so no, raw gari, granulated cassava. But because I'm not a fan of that combo recently, of late, see, if I say this thing now, some people will say, nah, Nigeria has a delicacy that is very similar to this. It's just that you do everything in the pot. You don't have to do the palm oil separate from the beans. You do everything in the pot, and you add more ingredients like shrimp powder. I think that's the only thing that is different. And then you fry your plantain beside it. So some people still use granulated cassava, that's gari, to also enjoy their delicacy, or they use gari soakings. As a child, I used to like using granulated cassava to mix with my beans. See guys, I'm going to prepare a recipe on this channel with beans, and I'm going to give you a Nigerian version of it. That's another way you can prepare your beans. Gobe is one way I have learned, and I'm super excited that I learned this particular style and I enjoyed it so much. Just let me know, would you want me to share that particular recipe I'm talking about? Let me know in the comment section if it's something you are interested in. Right now, all that matters is that our gobe is ready, and we are going to be serving this or garnishing this with our fried plantain. I did not use gari, like I said. I did not want to use gari, but at this point you can now sprinkle the gari. And when you sprinkle the gari, you know what to do. You mix everything together and you enjoy. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you have watched till this point, please do well to subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification so you can get notified on my next video. And until I see you next time, do not forget to always smile, because you're beautiful when you do. Bye.